It's another Cajun Classic Cars TV car show, car event of the week, and I have got Dennis with me with Hott Rodd Productions. How you doing, Dennis?
I am doing fine. Very pleased to meet you. I've heard a lot about you, guy.
And I have heard a lot about you guys and haven't had a chance to connect yet. And I'm so glad that somebody reached out to give me your information, and I appreciate you rushing to your studio there to get with me. You've got, well, first of all, tell us a little bit about Hott Rodd Productions.
Hott Rodd Productions, I started in 2017. I do local parades. I put all the elements in parades, whether it's Christmas parades or Crew Nefertiti up New Orleans East. I do my own festival called Hott Rod Fest. We did it in Franklin, Louisiana, which is out in St. Mary's Parish. Did that last October. And now we're venturing off to try to help and change the car culture in New Orleans. That's been a main focus of us lately.
I bet you're putting on parades, and I haven't done parades. I've done a lot of events in my career in marketing and broadcasting and production, but putting on a parade's got to be like herding cats, right? Trying to get them all lined up in the same place while everybody's want to do their own thing.
Actually, it is. You have dance teams, you have marching teams, you have the cars. I'm a master mason and a Shriner, so I got dune buggies, I have go-karts. It's a large undertaking. Horseback, I'm a Buffalo Soldier, so it's a lot, you know.
It sounds like it is. Well, listen, let's talk about what's going on this Saturday, November 29th. What you've got going on is a little bit different. I wouldn't call it a cruise-in specifically, although in title it is, and car show specifically. It's very unique. So folks, listen up while Dennis explains this.
Okay, this weekend is going to be Bayou Classic Weekend, and I was asked to participate in the event, to bring my element to this event through Ujama, who's a cultural organization here in New Orleans, to try to change and bring together people that love the classic car culture. I do. I grew up with watching Walter Carter, Ivy Trosclair, Robbie Lawless, all of those guys. So I'm a true hot rod. So this is something that's a little different that we're going to go ahead and try to make work as usual, you know, when it comes to Hott Rodd Productions. It's free. It's actually everyone with a classic car, motorcycle, or truck, they can cruise in, have fun that day. Good music, family fun. Music is always on point. Full security. It's a contained environment, you know, and just come out and have fun and enjoy yourselves that day.
And it's going to be under the bridge, Claiborne in Orleans, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. So it's an all-day event, right?
Technically, it's listed now as 9 to 3, but we let it ride out a few hours depending on how the crowd looks. But it's between the Lafitte Greenway and Orleans Avenue, Orleans/Basin Street, 700 blocks to the 400 block. So participants will come in on the St. Louis Street side of the property under the bridge.
You know, I know that exact area and had participated in some events. We're talking old school, long time ago when I was popular. When I was somebody, and I used to be a disc jockey at Q93 in New Orleans. There was always all kind of events, so I know exactly where you're talking about under the bridge there at Claiborne and Orleans.
We're part of a dying culture. You know, nobody's building cars like they used to under the carport and blowing glitter into the air and, you know, laying clear on an early Sunday morning and praying for the best. We're really trying to hold on to it.
I know. I was telling the guy this weekend at the big show in Marksville at the Paragon Casino, Cruising Southern Style. They were doing their loud pipe contest.
Oh, wow.
Which was a great success, and it was a lot of fun. Actually, one of our most watched videos of the weekend. We were looking at each other, me and a buddy of mine, and we said, you know what? He said, we hope we're not the end of this. And you know, I'm certainly not at the top end of it, but you know, again, you know, we got to get kids interested in the 57 Chevys and the 68 Camaros. And it's great that they're interested in the more modern stuff, because as long as it gets them in the cars, I hope it continues, because if they want to bring in a Toyota, they want to bring in a Nissan, hopefully it teaches, and they see some of the older guys that can mentor them, and maybe it'll help keep some of these cars alive, literally and figuratively.
Absolutely. That's been a fight for me as well, trying to get kids to come in. You know, I give them a drone. I say, look, just run the social media, run my website, whatever it is you want to do, the YouTube page. And I find myself struggling to hold on to them because if it's not the newer stuff, it's, you know, some of the kids are not interested. So we have to find a way to grab hold of them and hold on to it, you know, and just keep them interested. You know, I was born in a 69 Mustang Mach 1. You don't hear kids saying, hey, I was born in a Toyota Supra. You know, is it time to change, you know? Yeah, we need to work on this a little harder, you know. I'm never going to give up. I'm going to die in old school hot rodding, you know. And I
I'm
was
with
told
you.
once before at the Rivergate, um, by Al Pope. He told me, he said, kid, I was standing there drooling over a 1982, I believe it was, Mustang that he had crammed this big gigantic 460 in. It was dark blue, a navy blue. I'll never forget it. And Burt Ward from Batman and Robin, he needed a shave really bad that year. I never forget it. And he said, son, do you know what the golden rule is? I said, no, I don't. He said, he with the gold makes the rule. And that stuck with me all these years because long as we hold what we know to be true in the classic car culture as our gold, we can pass it on to others. So that's, you know, I live off of that every single day, that golden rule, you know?
Oh, one of the things, so first of all, are you talking about World of Wheels at Rivergate? Okay. I was there because I remember Burt Ward of Batman and Robin. So you and I were at that same show the same time.
I was there that night. I'll never forget it. Asbestos and all. I love that whole building.
I love the Rivergate, man. Daddy would take me to World of Wheels, and man, I still remember it. And even when I go to the Shreveport one, it brings back so many memories. But something you brought up when it comes to the gold and helping out others, you know, there are two things I think about when it comes to classic cars. One is the smiles, not miles, smiles per hour that it gives people. Not only you driving it, but also the people watching it. Had a lady at a gas station near the house said, I just want to look at that old Thunderbird of yours because I want to smile. That made me feel so good. And second, the fact that we have an opportunity, not just in the car culture, but also to teach history, because every single piece of iron is a piece of history.
I mean, the days of going into um, a family friend of ours, Adam Heidel, he had a junkyard. He owned a bunch of that land back there on Almanac and Old Gentilly Road. Running in the junkyard and finding an air cleaner off a 49 Cadillac and a big block 428 and an old Fairlane convertible. Those are the type of memories that I hold on to because it was every Saturday. Run through the junkyards, find a bunch of parts that we don't need, we use them anyway, and then going to Burger King on Chef and Reed, and then going home for the day and watching Daddy play underneath the cardboard. Lester Lombard, building custom cars at his house. You know, we don't have that anymore. And that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps my blood flowing, you know?
If somebody wants to get in touch with you about what you do, the production company, but also specifically about this Saturday's event, what do they need to do?
You can always call me at 504-577-0226 at any time. My website is hotrodproductions.com, which is HOTTRODD Productions with an S, and on Facebook at Hott Rodd Productions.
Dennis with Hott Rodd Productions. Thank you so much for talking with Cajun Classic Cars TV. We hope to share the word, and you got a good event on Saturday, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it.